What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is Battle Birds Podcast. We are missing one of the three amigos in Gate City. He had a lot of stuff he had to do. He gave you a solo live earlier. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and swoop by, see what he's been saying. But we got a lot to talk about. This is an opportunity for the Eagles to get back on track in somewhat of a, competitive season, right? We win this game, we're 4-5, and the rest of the games are the softer part of our schedule. And if you want to get legit with it, we're like one game out of the wild card spot. So a win here can turn the season into more of what we wanted it to be before the season started. But how are you feeling fresh on this Sunday?
Yo, that man, you know who it is, you know what it is, your boy Philly Fresh, aka the General, man. Listen, also a full for the Better Word podcast, but listen, it is a member missing. But no, we're gonna talk about that later. Mike, um, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. I kind of feel good about this game. I kind of feel good going into this game. I'm not saying the Chargers are war beaters, but they are good. They have a good quarterback. And it's crazy. I'm feeling better about the season if we continue to do. Now, we can't probably duplicate exactly what we did because once again, we didn't have a post game, so we ain't really get to talk about it. But we can't really duplicate exactly what we did, but you can still run the football, and you see what happens when you run the football. The Chargers, they're worse than the team that we just ran the football on for almost 300 yards. So you should be able to run the football on the Chargers. Herbert is a good quarterback, but it just seemed like to me, I've been looking at some of his films, some of his games this season. It's like they're handcuffing him. He is a guy that can throw the ball down the field, and they've really been dinking and dunking all year. A lot of Ekeler. If you stop that guy, I think you stop the team. You know what I mean? He is the engine. He is the engine, the little engine that could. He is the engine to that motor. And he gets the job done. So our linebackers got a task ahead of them. Like not even the question about that. But we did get rid of the worst linebacker on the team, in my opinion, and probably to yours too.
True.
So when we look at the situation, man, is Taylor, is the rest of these guys, Singleton and all these other guys, are they going to be able to get the job done? Because they're going to have to get the job done against this dude, man. This dude definitely is a beast. He is like top 3 in fantasy. Top 1 in fantasy. Top 2. But Derrick Henry just got hurt, so he's top 1 right now when it comes to fantasy.
Hey, real quick, let me get at you real quick. So Eric commented on my video the other day, and I forgot to send it to you. He said, "What up? Fresh back in the day, 32 yards is closer to 27 than 45." I think on one of your giveaways, he was saying he was closer than the guy that you must have said won it, and he was like, "Yo, tell your boy Philly Fresh, he might have missed my comment, but I got 32, and it's closer to 27 than 45."
All right, well, I'm gonna check it. Listen, my daughter does it now, so. My daughter, she only 10. You know what I mean? So she does it now. And if I'm wrong, that hoodie, man, the hoodie coming right to you, bro. Like I'm a man. I make mistakes. So Eric, if you got it right, if you pick 32, just I'm gonna give you my email. Just comment. So I got your comment. Comment on this video right now. And send me your email, and I'll email you. I'll shoot that joint right to you. It ain't nothing but ain't a thing but a chicken wing, man.
There we go.
Man. I got you, man. Like I'm a man of my word, man. If you won, you won. But back to the regularly scheduled programming. So when you look at the situation, it's crazy that I think Jalen Hurts played his best game, and he didn't have the best numbers. He did everything that he was supposed to do. He took what the defense gave him. He ran the ball when he's supposed to. He handed off the ball when he's supposed to. And can I get a round of applause for Jordan Howard? We've been asking, Mike. We've been asking for this man for 7 weeks.
I know,
For
I
seven
know.
weeks. It's like, wow, look, Jordan. No, we've been saying this. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So I need more doses of that. You know what I mean? I would like to see Gainwell on the slot some. The Chargers defense is good.
They're
We
down two
already
corners. They're down two
yeah,
corners.
I did, and I think Mike Williams isn't playing. If I'm not sure, is Mike Williams playing?
Last night, I'm not sure about him, to be honest. The chat will let us know eventually.
Yeah, you already know they the best at that. Um, so when you look at that situation and you look at the matter of the fact of they do have one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. So we're going to have to get the ball out fast. That's not even a question. Um, but Mike, to answer your question, I'm make a long story longer. I like I like our opportunity in this game, and not only that, Nick Siri, you got to get a home win. You
Big
gotta get
time.
you gotta get these fans a home win, man. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, a home win will go a long way. See, this will be the game that, like I said, lets us know how the rest of the season is going to go. Because you lose here, I mean, we can get hype when we start rattling off wins against the Giants and the Jets and Washington. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the fact that we can only beat the bad teams, right? We are a little below under average team that beats up on the bad teams and loses to the C plus B plus teams. This could change the narrative right now, right? And a lot of people are looking at this season and us having 3 wins and how we are all down on the coaching staff a little bit. It's different because the context, right? We only won 4 games last year, and we're definitely going to pass that. I mean, I don't see us not with what we have left on our schedule, but it's how you win. And if you believe that going forward, this is the recipe for success. And like we talked about, whether it's Howie or Laurie or Nick Sirianni, we won a Super Bowl with a quarterback that was slinging it, but also a run game, right? Nick Foles had a run game. Carson Wentz had a run game. And shout out to Chris Adams. You know, I know Miles Sanders texted Nick Sirianni like, hell yeah, with all caps. But he got to be feeling in deep down some type of way. It's like you're going to run the ball the most in the NFL. The game I'm not there. Is that saying that you don't trust me compared to these guys? Are these guys, you know, better than me in your eyes and all that good stuff? Hopefully when Miles get back, this is a continue recipe. Now, Jalen Hurts only threw the ball 14 times. A lot of people were concerned about that. It's not going to happen in a competitive game, right? If the Lions put up 27, 28 on us, we throw the ball a little bit more. We use some play action. He doesn't come out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So if you could keep it around 22 to 29 passes and a balanced attack, not only is it going to make the offense more efficient, and I think we can run the ball. We have run blocking offensive linemen. We got running backs. We got a dual threat quarterback, but it's the sole weakness of the Chargers. So we do it because they're weak at it, and we also do it because I think that is what we do best. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball. We don't got receivers. We do. But let's all be honest real quick. You know, whether we love Jalen Hurts or hate him, he's had struggle throughout this season being consistent, right? He'll throw a dime here, that don't miss an easy one there. And so it's all about confidence, and it's all about, you know, who you're going against. But even when you go against a team that can stop the run, I think our identity has to be via the run. It's been proven over the years that that's what the Eagles should and want to do, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's nothing that I disagree about that. Like, and not only that, my bad, y'all. And not only that, it helps the quarterback so much. All those play actions and all the RPO, it works even more because people are a team is looking at it and saying, "Oh, they're probably going to run here. They're probably going to run, so we need to play the run." And then that just opens up the field way more. You know what I mean? When you look at the situation of Jalen Hurts through the last 7 games, I mean, the dude, they was trying to throw his arm off. Like, and I understand a lot of that's RPO and it's his decision and all that. But Nick Sirianni, you being a coach, and I did see this a lot. You got to take that. You have to take that option out of his hands. You know what I mean? No pun intended. But you have to take that option out of his hands. And by doing that, I seen a lot of Jalen Hurts under center. I seen a lot of just running the football, pounding the ball, and then you got the offensive line. Shout out to them. You got the offensive line coming to Nick Sirianni on the sideline saying, "Yeah, keep doing it, keep running the ball." You know what I mean? And it looked like he took heed of that. He listened to his players, and him being a player himself didn't really succeed. But he was a player, so he understands that. And hopefully that travels into this game against the Chargers tonight at 4:00, because you're going to need that. As much as Jalen Herbert is only a second-year player, when you look down the list of the next quarterbacks that we got to face, he's the last of the best. You get what I'm saying? Like we're gonna have to face what? Daniel Jones. Who knows who we got to face when we play the Jets?
And Washington.
And Washington. Who knows if Fitzpatrick comes back or whatever the case may be. I think that that game won't matter. The Dallas game probably won't matter. They losing now. But if they if they continue doing what they're doing, not right now, but if they continue doing what they have been doing this season, that game probably won't matter. So we probably won't even see him. So when you look at the rest of the quarterbacks that we had to face, we didn't face a lot of elite quarterbacks. So the tough, like you said earlier, the tough part of your schedule was gone. Now we're going to evaluate you on these mid-tier and lower tier teams, but rightfully so, because that's where they put us at, and it's not unfair to say that we're a mid-tier, bottom-tier team. We are
correct,
but we could have. I thought that we could have pulled out a couple other games if you just ran the football and did other things like that. So when you look at the situation, Nick Sirianni, listening to his players, they said that they had a players meeting the week before, and I guess somebody just stood up. I don't know who it was. I don't know the situation. They said Brandon Graham stood up and said something. Shout out to him, because we already know he is the leader of this football team ever since Malcolm Jenkins left. You know what I mean? So it was good for him to get vocal and, talk to the team and tell them about hardship and all that. I listened to some of the things that he said, because they only put out some of it. But yeah, so when you look at the situation, I think that not only Nick Sirianni, but also Jonathan Gannon, the things that we've been asking for, Mike, for seven weeks, finally did.
Yeah, finally,
and
maybe it's because of the again. I think the players saw all the smack the coaching staff, and more importantly, Nick Sirianni was getting for the flower analogy. And again, I didn't like it at first. But hey, I'm all about supporting the narrative. I'm all about doing something.
Now, though, that's how they break the huddle. That's
1, 2, 3 roots on 3. 1, 2, 3 roots. That's I do that every video.
Shout out to you. Yeah, shout out. I'm about to say shout out to you. I'll be seeing you doing that in the video. It's funny. It's funny because everybody clowned him about it. Then he come out with a and am I wrong for saying this, Mike, in chat? But the Lions, yes, they are winless, but nobody dominated them like we did.
Exactly.
When you look at Baltimore, they needed a
miracle.
They needed a record-breaking field goal to beat them. Was it the Vikings that needed a field goal to beat them?
Yep.
When you look at what they did just the week before us against the Rams, they come out guns blazing. And I don't know if they, pause. I'm gonna say pause before I say this. I don't know if they shot their load all on them, but man, we destroyed them. Like they didn't put up a point on our defense. I understand they scored a touchdown, but that was dudes that should be working at Walmart and pumping gas at Sunoco. So when you look at the situation, man, that was pure dominance. And now the media is not going to say that. Now, we was another team like Dallas or Kansas City, and we did that to them. they would be praising everything that they did. But you still had to respect it because this is still an NFL team. They might be a
Exactly.
Division III NFL team, whatever, but it's still an NFL team, and we dominated them. 44 points. It was so good to just relax in the third quarter and say, my team got this, man. I ain't, instead of being on the edge of my seat saying,
Yeah.
"Are we gonna come back? Are we gonna come back? Oh, we might come back. Then a penalty. Then this. Then that." We ain't had none of that. So I don't know about you, Mike, but I ain't really had no complaints from last game.
None
But
at all.
I didn't have any. Like when you look at the whole situation, I thought the linebackers played good. I thought the corners definitely, and Avonte Maddox. Can we please, y'all, start voting for this man to be a Pro Bowler?
Having a great season.
This dude is balling, and he's playing that who was the slot guy in 2017, Mike?
Patrick Robinson.
Patrick Robinson. He's playing that role. He's playing that role, man. And when you look at some of the talent that he faced, first game, Kyle Pitts. Now, Kyle Pitts is not as dominant as we thought he was going to be right now, but he still shut him down. I thought he held his own against Gronkowski and them. Just last week, Hopkinson shut him down. I understand he had a whole bunch of targets and a whole bunch of receptions, but they ain't going nowhere. He had like 55 yards.
Yeah, and he's been asked to guard different types. Like you said, he's playing against tight ends. He's also playing against some of the premier slots in the league, and he's handled everything. I was a big advocate, and I was a big Maddox fan in the offseason that once he gets back to his natural position, he'll be able to do things, because I think he's been, given an unfair task in his early part of being an NFL player, right? He had to play safety, he had to play slot, he had to play outside, and he's just doing everything for the Eagles. And yes, he's a guy who can't play outside as much as you want. Maybe he could fill in for a snap or two because he's done it in these games, but not full time. But shout to Mad Hater, though. I do like this. We are the Legion of Bloom. Anything that's coming with the flower, that's tough. That's legit tough. And right now, I keep looking to the left because I low key, I got the Dallas Cowboy game on, and 16-0 is looking real good. It would have been better if they would have somehow not been able to beat the Minnesota Vikings with Cooper Rush, right? They lose to the Vikings. Now they're on their way to their third loss. And it's definitely a different scenario. But like I said, right now, I've had a lot of people talk in my comment section about playoffs and whatnot. This is the game that lets us know where we rank amongst the NFL. Like I said, we've beat up on the bad teams, right? Atlanta's beating the Saints right now, but they're still not that great of a team. The Lions, not that great of a team. We dog walked them. We slipped by the Carolina Panthers. But at the end of the day, we need to prove that we can beat a team over 500, beat a team that looks to be pretty darn good in the NFL. And this is where it starts, because we're not going to be able to judge our team off the high quality teams anymore because we lost to them, right? The Raiders, the Bucks, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Niners, we lost to them. After today, it's the C+ and lower squad. Like, how do we really look at the Saints now without Jameis or Drew Brees, right? Who they got Trevor Siemian as their quarterback, right? So the Giants twice.
By the time we face them, or it could be what's the other dude?
Taysom. Yeah. But by the time we play these guys, who knows what their quarterback will be, but I'm saying it's not going to be a B+ team left on our schedule. So we can still learn and grow as a unit, beating up on the dumpster fires of the NFL. However, you get this high quality win against a good team who's struggling a little bit, and then you go ahead and beat up on some of the bad teams, and that allows you to feel good about sneaking in the back door as the last playoff team, if that's the case. But it doesn't start. It all starts right here, right now. As you alluded to earlier in the video, for people just coming in, Austin Ekeler has to be the focal point. I know you look at Keenan Allen and what he could do in the slot and moving around, but the simple fact is Austin Ekeler has what we're weak against, right? Our linebackers in space, even though TJ Edwards and Davion Taylor did a good job against DeAndre Swift. who actually was leading the NFL when it comes to running back receiving yards, right? So doing that is good. Now, again, Eckler doesn't have as many yards as Swift, but Eckler's dangerous. I still think he's probably one of the most dangerous wide receiving backs besides maybe CMC. So let's see what
Yeah,
we
but
can do, bracket
Derek Carr just
and
threw a
cover
pick
him.
six, man. My bad,
Oop.
Mike. Derek Carr just threw a damn pick six.
Then that's gonna mess my parlay up too. I low key got the Raiders. That's crazy.
I got the Raiders too, man. Like I mean, they wow. But anyway, my bad, Mike. That just threw me off.
Yeah. So I definitely want to see how we come out and stop the run too, because they do have a little mixture of Austin Eckler and I believe it's Jackson, their second running back. We did good against the Lions, albeit it's the Lions, but I just want to see how this linebacker play comes, right? We just released the worst linebacker in the NFL in Eric Wilson. And I liked what TJ Edwards came and done. I always thought that TJ Edwards had promise, but every time we thought something, he got hurt, right? And then a new coaching staff comes in and he's healthy, but they didn't give him the opportunity to start. It
Right.
was the Eric Wilson and the Alex Singleton duo because of Davion Taylor being hurt. But now I do like this duo of Taylor and Edwards. And Edwards is low key a little bit better of a pass coverage defender too. Maybe not man, but what he can do dropping back in zones is a little underrated. He's definitely not going to man up anybody, but the space with Eckler's what I want to see the Eagles shut down, and then that will also help out the Keenan Allens. And look, let me just say this though: the last two games, the Patriots and the Ravens, they were able to slow down Herbert because of the pressure. Now, what game plan are we going to get from Jonathan Gannon, right? When he plays the quarterbacks that are B minus or higher, he falls back and he's scared as hell. He doesn't do nothing to him, right? He allows them to be their best self and just dinking and dunking and taking what's open and getting the yards after the catch. Are we going to see a pressure performance, right? We saw blitzes, we saw timely blitzes, we saw disguising against the Lions, or are we going to see what we did against the Raiders and the Bucks and the Chiefs and the Cowboys with our safeties and Timbuktu and linebackers looking like trash? That is big because Herbert struggled the last two games.
Um, to me, if I'm Jonathan Gannon, no, because they don't really take shots down the field. I said that in the beginning of the live. I don't know if they're handcuffing him. I don't know what they're doing, but he took shots down the field last year, and this year he's really not. It's really been a whole bunch of dinking and dunking. It's really been the Eckler show for real, for real. Like I said earlier, like you just said, Mike, to me, that's my main focus is stopping Eckler and seeing if Jalen Hurts can stretch the field. What's going on? And seeing if he can stretch the field. You know what I mean? But I thought that Jonathan Gannon last game finally trusted his cornerbacks. Like you have two good cornerbacks and also a good slot guy. So why not trust them? And it's crazy that I'm gonna say this, but this threesome that we have, pause, but these three guys would be perfect and what Jim Schwartz wanted. You know what I mean? Like because of how much single coverage that he did. But this zone stuff ain't working. And you're putting these linebackers in position to where as though the middle of the field is just getting brutalized. And we didn't see that last game because Jared Goff didn't have time to blink. Like every time he looked up, it was pressure in his face. I mean, six sacks.
Love it. Love it.
6 sacks, man. That, like to me,
Everybody was eating too. It wasn't like Ridgeway, Williams.
Everybody
I
was
know
we gonna
that's
talk
crazy.
about that.
That's crazy.
We gonna talk about that. But once again, Gate City is not here. Y'all already know it's a fourth of the Battle Bird podcast. Me, shout out Mike, and also Stephen Hyder, aka Gate City. But y'all are fourth too. So what we're gonna do for y'all today, because we missing one of the fourth. We're gonna let y'all be the third, man. We're gonna drop me and Mike. We're gonna drop the link and let y'all come up on the show, man. So
Just did it. Definitely come through as fresh as all the time when it's a great way to say, you know what I mean? Battlebirds podcast. We've been doing this for so long. It is a four piece, right? It's us three and you guys, the chat who come in to BBP every single Sunday. You know, when we were doing it on Saturday Night Lives and stuff. Shout out to everybody in the chat. So yes, we just dropped the chat. We just dropped the link. Definitely go ahead and click it, come in, and let's hear your thoughts. Because again, I look at this game like this: if the Eagles can find a way to win, this is the first team we beat over 500, and it's sending this team in the right direction, right? This team comes out and fights tooth and nail for their flower power coach, right? And they put the beat down on the Lions, and they did it in a fashion that we thought was the way the Eagles should be ran, right? Again, Super Bowl season, it was a run by committee. Committee. I can't even talk. But run by committee, and it's in the sense of third in the NFL in rushing, right? Third in the NFL. So when you look at what I think the Eagles done I'm talking about over 20 years, when we are good, we have a solid run game. Think about when Shady was running, when B West was running, right? Deuce was running hard for a while with McNabb and stuff. We always been that team who, West Coast under Andy Reid, and we don't run the ball a lot. Andy Reid definitely didn't run the ball a lot, but when we were effective at running the ball, it opened up everything else. And we got our first guy backstage. Let's bring him in. Content creator in himself. Tone the Shields, Chalk It Up Sports Philly. What is going on with you?
What's good, fellas? How we feeling, man? Yo, fresh. Yo, that was good, big bro.
Yo, man, what's going on, man? How you feeling? Damn, man, I ain't talked to you in a while, man.
Bro, I'm doing good, bro, man.
You done got Hollywood on me, man.
Yeah,
I ain't
come on, bro. Don't do that to me, man.
I'm out of here. What's good, bro?
Oh man, I got married, bro. This shit, man, a lot of things happened, bro. But
I know. I get
Salute.
it. But how you feel about tonight, man? 4:00, man. How you feel?
He's like, I'm at. He was like, I feel, and they took him out. And he was like, I don't want to lie to the people.
Hey, so come on back through. We get you right back in, man. Shout out to my guy Tony Show. Y'all haven't subbed him up, man. Please go sub him
there
up.
There you go. My bad, y'all. My bad. Had a little technical difficulty, but yeah, bro. This gonna be an interesting game for the simple fact that I think this gonna be another game where Jonathan Gannon and Nick Sirianni's mental fortitude is tested. Their commitment to the running game is going to be tested, because there's going to be moments where we may get hit with a shot, and the question is, will Nick Sirianni remain poised and stay focused on what his plan is? Just because you down 7, that don't mean you gotta start slinging the ball 5-10 times in a row. We got to start the game off with a run. You know what I'm saying? And the bottom line is this: whenever we run the ball at least 2 or more times on a drive, Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback. Whenever we run the ball one or fewer, he's the worst quarterback. Those numbers don't lie. We're about 8 or 9 weeks through the season. Those numbers do not lie. We are who we are when we run. We are who we are when we don't run. So this is going to be a real big game just to see, can this Eagles team get a high quality victory over a high quality opponent. And here's another thing as well, and I'll let y'all go. The Chargers are missing about maybe 2 or 3 corners today. Remember that game against San Fran? They was missing about 2 or 3 corners, and we felt like we had to take advantage of that. You don't have to jump on that right away. Run the ball, it's going to come to you. They're going to make a mistake. You keep them off balance by running the ball. We don't have to be so eager to attack their corners just because they're missing their starters. Some other guys get paid too. So they definitely coming in with a chip on their shoulder trying to earn their keep, because they barely get opportunities. So you can't just think you're going to attack their corners just because they 3rd, 4th stringers or whatever it may be. They pick them up in the practice squad. Don't do that. Run the ball, stay humble, keep it simple. And when it comes to situational football, we just gotta be mindful of the situation. Goal line situation, perfect example. North-South. Just run forward. My guys versus your guys. It's just that simple in my mind. What y'all thinking?
I think go ahead.
Go ahead. You definitely hit a lot of good points, and I said this on my do's and don'ts. The scary thing about coming into this game is that Nick Sirianni and Jonathan Gannon wasn't tested. When I say tested, it's basically what you said. They didn't have to switch up anything. It wasn't forced to switch up anything because everything worked. Whatever they did on offense and defense, it just worked. So my thing is, like you said, if you get hit with that haymaker or if you get hit with that jab, what are you going to do then? This is where the good and the more experienced coaches evolve and say, you know what? All right, this ain't working, but I can do it a different way. I can run a ball, but I can run a ball a different way. And I like that they use Rhaegar. Shout out to him. I don't know how long he's out, but shout out to Rhaegar. I do like that they use Rhaegar. The first one, the second one, even though it did game play, I didn't like it. I'm like, you just did that 3 plays ago. You don't have nothing else. So when you look at the situation, Jonathan Gannon and Nick Sirianni are going to get tested. This is not the Lions. This is a good team. And when you look at the situation, you run the ball. If you run the ball, you run the ball. If they stop you, even if they stop you for a whole drive, right? You lose -2 yards. That doesn't mean, oh, it's not working. Just let's scrap everything. Let's throw the ball. No. You have to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. And it's scary to me because it worked from the rip. Like when we ran the ball, Boston Scott 7 yards, Boston Scott 8 yards, Boston Scott 9 yards. It was just boom, 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 boom. But what happens if it's Boston Scott -2 yards, Boston Scott 4 yards, Boston Scott 3 yards, and now we got to punt the ball? Are you saying, you know what, man, this run might not be working? And now let's throw the football again. So to me, Tone, you definitely right about that. Like to get even if it don't work,
My guy's freezing up.
Y'all good? Y'all good? Good?
You back fresh. I can hear you.
I'm back.
Now you lagged for a second. You froze.
Okay.
Real quick though, let's get this quick super chat in. Let's get the super chat real quick. Shout out to JB. EAGLES Eagles. Shout out to Jeremiah Butler with the $4.99 super chat. Yes, sir. Cowboys down, Raiders looking good still, and we gotta get this dub. That's exactly how I feel. I mean, Cowboys are 6-1. They still pretty much got a nice little lead on us. But anytime they look bad, it just brightens my day a little bit. You know what I mean? Regardless of what we do, I just hate them with a passion. But yeah, to what Tone said, and I agree with. Nick Sirianni ran the ball and everything went accordingly, right? What happens at the first time of adversity, right? So we run the ball, we don't score in a possession. The Chargers come down and score a touchdown. What happens then? Because this man sees a 7-point deficit and he freaks out. To me, you could be beating the Eagles by 10, and I'm not going to stop running until the fourth quarter. 10, even a 2-score lead. As long as it's not the fourth quarter, you shouldn't have to panic. And I think he gets away. I think he really does want to run the ball. I think he sees the talent at the offensive line and running back positions, but he freaks out, hits the panic button. And we want to talk about Jalen leaving the pocket early. He leaves the game plan early because the game plan clearly in the Raiders game was to run the ball. And we went down the field and ran the ball. And then when the Raiders score right back on us, or right when the game looks a little bit, whenever they started making moves, he felt like he had to match fire with fire, and he doesn't have to do it in that way. Real quick though, before we get the last word for Tone, shout out to everybody in the chat. We got 170 people watching. We are live. make sure you hit that like button. The like button is free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing, and it helps push out the content for both me and Philly. Definitely go check out Tone the Shield. Chalk it up, Sports Philly. That's all you got to do is type it in. And like I said, the like button is some good juju for the
For
Eagles.
sure. For
Gotta
sure.
Get 100.
Hey, before you go though, Tone, I see the hurt season hat, man. Shout out to you for that, man. But I don't see no Yo that a Philly Fresh merch on you, man. What's going on?
Oh, damn.
Man, like, what's going on with that, man?
Hey, listen,
like we got the hoodies. Like, what you need, brother?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got the hoodies out too? Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, I
got everything you need, man.
Listen, look, you know. Hey, listen, you know I'm petty, so I need that Chuck It Up merch on your chest too. You know I'm petty. You know I'm petty.
Yeah, I got you.
You know I'm always for love, but yeah, like you know, these Birds, they got a real legit shot to get a quality victory. And the way I see it is this: the schedule is Chargers, Broncos, Saints. Then you got this stretch where you're going against bad teams. You got to take advantage of the food that's in front of you. You can't leave nothing on the table. You have to take advantage. The way I see it, based on how the schedule is set up, and this is a big if we continue to develop this identity that's taken us about 8 or 9 weeks to actually finally accept, and that's that we're a running team. If we continue to commit ourselves to this identity, if we continue to develop this identity, trust the running backs, allow Jalen Hurts to be a timely thrower, manage the games, and don't try to turn him into Tom Brady, we can actually turn this record around and flip it. And I believe, honestly, with my heart of hearts, if we stay committed to the running game, we can most definitely probably end this season and look back and say, you know what, we went 8-9, 9-8. It's possible. You could beat the Giants twice. You could beat the Washington football team twice. You could definitely beat the Jets.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could definitely beat the Jets. And the way I see it, you can definitely steal one out of these next 3 games out of these teams who are clearly better than you. You can still one from the Saints who lost their starting quarterback. You can still one from the Broncos who, yeah, they up on the Cowboys right now, but the Broncos are really hit and miss for real. You know what I'm saying? You can still one from what's the other team we play? You can still the Chargers game. They look human. My whole thing is this whole stretch of games from this point forward, everybody is human. Everybody is food.
You're right. And real quick, you know what I mean? I just looked to the left when everybody was saying turnover on downs on the Cowboys, right? And oh boy, did CD Lamb have 3 feet of separation, and our boy Dak Prescott, a top 5 quarterback, missed him by a mile, right?
Yo, listen,
even the best quarterback.
He's not healthy.
Hey,
they forced him to come back way too soon. That man
he missed him by a lot. Real quick, though, we got a super chat real quick. Shout out to JB again. Dagles, Eagles! Shout out to Jeremiah Butler with the 199 super chat. Broncos actually look a little scary, fellas. Can't cap. Well, I hope they play like this for a couple more games, or play like this today. And we play them next or not?
Next week. You play next week.
All right. Well, hopefully this is the only scary game, right? We need Teddy Bridgewater to be regular Teddy Bridgewater when we play them next week. I thought we played them the following week. But once again, shout out to you, Tone the Shields. We got to get the next person in here. Appreciate you for coming through.
Y'all, man. It's always love, man. We definitely got to link again fresh. You already know how we get down. We got to create, bro. We got to create. I'm gonna hit y'all up most likely this week, and we can set something up.
All right, bro.
Yeah. Got you. I peace. All right, and right as I was about to get the next one in, the 2 people backstage dropped out. Shout out to everybody in the chat, though. We got 207 people in the building. Like I said, don't be afraid to come through. You can use the camera. You don't have to use the camera. Let us know how you feel. The 4th part of Battle Birds podcast. Don't be shy. Click the link. Follow the directions. It's as easy as clicking the link, setting it up. You just hit yes, and boom, you're backstage, and you could talk your piece on this game. Like Tone said, like Fresh said, like I said, this is a winnable game. By no means do I think we're, easily going to walk over the Chargers. No, this is going to be a tough task for this team, but this is how you know we're making progress. This is how the team is behind Nick Sirianni and they're trying to do the right thing, because clearly when you look at the Chargers team, they rank last in the NFL in yards per carry, explosive runs, and they're 31st in yards allowed via the run. That by no means should equivalent to a heavier passing game. I understand that they have two cornerbacks out and you might be able to attack that. And maybe for this game, they're more vulnerable via the pass. We'll use it all. But what has been beating them all season long was teams running on them. And we just came off of a 236-yard performance. Let's bring the next guest in, Messiah Armstrong. What is going on with you, bro?
Hey, real fast, Messiah. Message from Golden Eagles.
What's up, man?
The trade deadline over, so ain't nobody getting traded. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, Messiah.
You guys can hear me?
Yep,
sir.
You guys can hear me? Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear
how
us?
you guys doing today?
We hanging in there. We hanging in there.
I feel good, man.
So let me ask you.
I just can't wait. I hate 4 o'clock games.
You hate 4 o'clock games. The anticipation be killing you, right? So do you feel good though? Do you feel like, because I put a poll up and I know it was a mixed results. Do you feel like we have a better chance to win this game than most of the games we played so far, or do you think it's one of them games where like hopefully we win, but it's going to be hard?
I think it's a 50-50, honestly, because if we come out running the ball, I think we have a good chance of winning. And if we don't, then we're going to revert back to what we've been doing all season, and I don't want to do that. So I think it's honestly a 50-50. It's on coaching, and it's also on how Jalen and the offense performs today. If we run the ball and get stopped, is there another result to it? It's like there's something else that we could possibly do. And if we can't adjust from that, then honestly, we haven't been able to for a while. And maybe like 1 or 2 games we've been able to adjust. And if we can't, then it's over. We're just going to lose the game, I feel, if we can't adjust to anything.
Let me ask you this.
By anything, though. Go ahead, man.
No, I want to ask you. So you want to run the ball, and I know it's going to be more of a committee, right? They're not going to single out somebody. But Nick said whoever gets the hot hand, they'll keep. Who do you think gets the hot hand? Who do you think sparks up the run game for us and we stay with them? Who do you got out of Kenny Gainwell, Jordan Howard, and Bolson Scott? Who are you going with the heavy hand?
I'm probably gonna say Boston Scott just because they gave him the majority of the carries at first, and then they worked in Howard. So maybe I think that's just how I feel though. But it could be any 3. I mean, Kenny Gainwell didn't heat up, but he could at any moment. So I'm really not sure about that one.
All right, go ahead, Fresh. Ask him a question.
So what's your score prediction? How you think that this game gonna go? You know what I mean? Do you think that it's gonna be close, or do you think that it's gonna be one of them games, not like Detroit, but a game that we can win handily, or do you think that we're going to get blown out?
I think we'll win by like 7-14 if we do what we're supposed to, and if we don't, we'll probably lose like how we have all year, close game, and it'll hurt even more because if we just did what we should have done in the beginning, we just would have been fine. But honestly, it really does depend on how we come out. If we run the ball, I think we really have a good chance of blowing them out of the water the first 2 quarters.
There you go. I like it. Hopefully we stay on task. We stay with what works for the Eagles and what the clear weakness of our opponent is. Hey, Messiah Armstrong, appreciate you for coming through. Enjoy the game. Get your popcorn ready. Get whatever you need to get ready. And hopefully you are watching a bunch of Eagle content creators talking about a beautiful win and where the rest of the season is going to be. Appreciate you for coming through.
All right. Take care, guys.
You too. There we go. 215 people in the building. Make sure you smash that like button wherever you're watching it. We are live on 2 channels, Philly Talk Podcast and Philly Fresh channel. Make sure you hit that like button. It goes a long way. Good juju. Let's get some score predictions in the chat. Chat, let us know. Chat, let us know your score predictions. We've been live for 45 minutes. We're going to go right around an hour. You can write the score predictions in the chat, or you can click the link and come through. Philly Jackson, Sergeant Hollow Point, Mad Hater, iDrip, Monty Rock, that boy Deezy. Hey, it's as easy as clicking the link and talking that Eagle talk. We're gonna go for about 15 more minutes. Hey, while they're doing their score predictions, let's get ours out. We're gonna do things a little different. We'll save the key players for last. But we got some score predictions coming through. Looking good for the Eagles.
Mike, I'm gonna go 24-21 Eagles.
24.
Game winner field goal.
And you were killing me. You were killing me the last couple weeks.
I'm about to say that. I never picked them, but I do think this is a close game. Talent-wise, I think that these teams are closer than what people think. Now, it is a lot on the coaching, but talent-wise, I think that these teams are closer than what a lot of people think. So I got us winning 24-21, man. Game 1 field goal, man. Akers saves the day. Gets put up on his shoulder. They put him up on their shoulders, the big guys. And
wait, who'd you say?
Huh?
You said Akers?
Oh shit. No, I ain't say Akers.
I could have sworn you said David. Real quick though, shout out
that tape. Nobody rewind that tape. I meant to say Jake Elliott.
Yeah. Shout out to JB, Jeremiah Butler in the building. How you doing today?
What's popping, esteemed gentlemen? How y'all feeling today, man?
Hey, what's going on?
We feeling good for now. Hopefully we're feeling better at 7. You know what I mean?
Hopefully so, man. Appreciate y'all having me on, man.
No doubt, no doubt.
Appreciate you coming on, man. So let me ask you this, man. How you feel about the game? Who if you feel as though we're gonna win, or if you feel as though we're gonna lose, who is your key factor on why we win or we lose?
Okay, so Fresh, I'm not gonna give a actual score prediction.
Okay.
But I will say this. I do believe if we stick and commit to the run game, then that lets me know that the coaching staff and possibly, in my opinion, the administration, Howie, Lurie, etc., has committed to the run game. If we run this game and commit to the run game, if we do that, I believe that I would give it a 3-point spread in favor of our Eagles. I think this is a winnable game. But we're beating the dead horse here, but I think if we just commit to the run game, we'll be all right.
And you know why we got to beat the dead horse? Because low key in our back of our heads, we're nervous. Every Eagle fan is thinking that, you come out there and see 6 passes, 2 runs in the first series, and you're gonna be nervous. You're gonna be nervous, and especially with the 2 corners, right? Nick Sirianni looking at the 2 corners being out like, we could do this. Well, they don't have no run stopping guys out, but they don't need them to be out. We need them to be there because they're dead last for a reason.
And the thing is, Mike, Siri would be exactly right having those 2 corners out. But the fact of the matter is, you run the ball to set up the pass, and then when you set up the pass, you can beat those second and third stringers to the ground. Once you got everything set up with the run.
I agree. So let me ask you this though. I asked the last caller this. We're definitely going to do the run by committee, right? And Nick said whoever gets the hot hand might stay in more. I think Boston Scott will be the first one up, but who do you see getting the hot hand for the running backs this game against the Chargers?
It's funny. I feel
She's trying to kill us all.
I love Boston. I love how Boston runs. But for some reason, I feel it's Jordan Howard that's really gonna.
I agree.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't know why I feel like that, because he's more of a downhill runner and more of a hard yardage runner. But for some reason, I feel like he's gonna be the guy, followed by Gainwell.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I think they're gonna try to start with Boston Scott, and I think they're gonna get Howard in, and he's just gonna bulldoze a couple guys, do something fantastic, and Nick Sirianni's gonna say we got to stick with him. But hold up, wait a minute, we got another super chat real quick.
EAGLES Eagles.
Shout out to Joey Z with the $5 donation. I think we found our identity last week. We are a run-first team, 31-23. We will run the ball today and win the game. Love the confidence, and I believe it. I believe it, just like JB said, just like Joey Z said. Start with the run.
Hey, Mike, is it Joey Z or is it Joey's?
I always call him Joey Z. Now that I think about it, what's going on, right?
No, I just kept forgetting to ask that, because shout out to him. He always come through with the super Yodats. But yeah, I didn't know if it was Joey Z's or Joe's, Joey's. Like, I mean,
yeah, you're right. You might. He just might be like, I'm gonna let Mike rock. He's the worst player in the game when it comes to saying names, so I ain't gonna correct him. You know what I mean? I am the worst.
I might be worse than you, Mike. I ain't gonna lie. I be tearing players' names up. But go ahead.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody.
Okay, Okay. Thank you for correcting me. I didn't know.
I'm about to say it's only been a year of me saying that, at least.
You know what's funny, gentlemen? Everybody keeps saying we found our identity, right?
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to believe that a coach, really on any type of level, but especially on this level, doesn't have any type of commitment to the run game, right? I seriously believe this is way past Sirianni. You know what I mean? I think this goes past Sirianni. And I think he's pressured, like we seen that Doug was.
Doug Peterson, yep.
But in the air, you know what I mean? Because I just refuse to believe that any competent coach, especially on this level, would just not run the ball at all.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's the scary part. And I kind of agree with you, especially when you hear reports like 2 years ago when Miles Sanders had a hell of a day against the Packers, and Jeffrey Lurie was mad that Doug ran the ball so much with a win. So, yep. I mean, there are reports, who knows, but you do see the proof in the pudding. It's like you go from last year, like if you look at all our lives from last year, we were saying the same damn thing. Run the ball. Why the hell aren't you running the ball? Miles Sanders could be a Pro Bowler. He's averaging 7.1 yards a carry, and you're not giving him the freaking ball. Are you stupid? And then we come into this. I'm serious. And then we come into this situation, and that's probably one of the things why Doug said, you know what, it's time for me to part ways. It might also be in-house and made what you call his offensive coordinator, who stinks to me, Press Taylor. But it also might be, listen, I want to run a ball more. And they're like, well, we want to be that passing, flashy, whatever you want to call it. But the teams that's winning the Super Bowl, and we should know this because we was third in running the football when we won the Super Bowl. The teams that win a Super Bowl run the damn ball. They run the ball. Like when you look at the top teams right now, Tennessee, even though King Henry just went down, Baltimore, they run the freaking football. You know what I mean? Tampa Bay, they run the football. The Rams, they run the football, even though they do throw it all over the field. They still run the football. They run more than us. So when you look at these top teams, man, you got to be balanced no matter who your quarterback is. You just can't have your quarterback thrown 50 times, especially only in his 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th start of his career. So when you look at the situation, man, it is scary. Go ahead, Jeff.
Real quick. For the people asking about that, I will be streaming the game, but not that I can't put the game on. I do the live play-by-play. I will be doing that after this. I know people keep asking.
cut you right off, Mike.
They're like, you streaming the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, once again, we got 261 people in the building. Shout out to JB. We got some other people in the background. Shout out to you once again. You always support, whether it's chat, super chat, just being around. And we needed this dub. And I agree with everything you said, Jeremiah Butler. Let's see if Nick and the coaching staff goes out there and implements it.
Shout out to you, JB. Even though you said, I thought you was Jalen Williams when you first started talking. You sound just like. But go ahead, bro.
For real?
Yeah, you sound just like Jalen, man. But enjoy your day, man. You already know Fly Eagles Fly. Yo,
yes, sir. Fly Eagles Fly, baby.
Peace. So shout out to the chat. The chat said that Jalen Reagor is active today, so that is a good thing, I guess. We were using him in some wide receiver reverses and whatnot. Let's get the next guest on. Elijah Lloyd, what's going on with you? And he dipped. He was like, I don't want to talk to y'all. Let's get the next one on. Go Eagles is his name. What's going on?
Hey, Philly Mike. I'm a big fan of you.
Appreciate it.
So pretty much all we got to do is run the ball and get lucky. Pretty much get lucky. Hopefully, Fletcher Cox get out there and sack Justin Herbert.
How many sacks you want to see from Fletch?
10.
Yeah, I'll take 10, of course, but I'll settle for 2 in this game. With all the rumors about him possibly being traded this past week, he went on his Instagram and put the Philly forever, a lot of heart emojis. I need him to come out and set the presence, set the temperature, set the stage for the other guys, because if you get at if you get at Justin Herbert, he becomes a normal quarterback. So I agree with you there. So of course you got the Eagles winning, right?
Yes, sir. 35-10.
Oh, my man coming in with the hot takes. 35. Hey, listen.
Right now the Cowboys are losing 19-0.
I love it. Yep. Any week we can get a Cowboy loss and the Eagle dub is terrific in its own right. Forget the other stuff that happened for that week and just celebrate that in its own.
Yep.
So let me ask you real quick. Give me your defensive player that's going to stand out and your offensive player that's going to stand out in this game.
Okay, my defense is going to be Darius Slay. Offense is going to be Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. How many touchdowns he's thrown for? How many touchdowns total rushing and throwing for Jalen Hurts today?
I think 3.
I'll take it. And then the running backs are going to do the rest, right?
Yep.
Hey, love it. Appreciate you coming through. You got right to the point. You're spitting nothing but fire. And as your name, go Eagles. Let's go.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, he came right in.
Came in with that energy.
Yeah, listen, I'm telling y'all what I feel, and it is what it is. There ain't no question about it.
Facts. So we got one more backstage. Hurt Season is his name. What's going on, Hurt Season?
Oh, what's up?
So let me know. Is Hurt Season your name? Is it Hurt Sunday? Is it Hurt Sunday?
Hurt Sunday. Let's go. I'm thinking 2 rushing touchdowns for Hurts.
2 rushing touchdowns for Hurts. How many through the air?
I'm thinking 1 or 2. I think you can get that, and I think the rest if we're getting another one, it's gonna be from a running back, Boston Scott.
All right, I got you. You got a score prediction, or you just think the Eagles are gonna get it done?
I got a score prediction. I think it's gonna be 31-28 Eagles. It's gonna be a shootout. It's probably gonna be the best game of the week, in my opinion. It's close, like talent-wise.
Yeah,
there you go.
Ain't got much to compete with. These games on here is trash. Like everybody either getting blown out. There's no close games. So yeah, I mean, that could happen. I could definitely see that. Atlanta blowing the Saints out 24-6. Wow.
Yeah. So that gives me a little confidence about the schedule coming up with them.
Exactly. We got the Saints. Now the Broncos beating up on the Cowboys make it a little scary. But yeah, so let me ask you this. You think it's gonna be a high scoring game, right? So you see any takeaways for the defense? You see any big stops for the defense, or you think it's gonna be, an offensive game for both sides?
Yeah, I can see Josh Sweat getting a fumble 6.
Ooh, fumble 6,
I think
strip.
he's gonna have another big game.
Hey,
That'd be
he
nice.
start that would, and that's freshest guy from the grip. I mean, he was big on Josh
guy
Sweat.
right there. That's definitely my guy, man.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this before you get out of there, because we gotta do our we gotta pick our players and get out of there. It's almost that time. Who is going to be? You said Josh Sweat, but on offense, other than Jalen Hurts, everybody picking Jalen Hurts. Other than Jalen Hurts, who's going to be that guy that's going to stand out? Who's going to be the guy that's like, yo, he's the reason that we won this game?
Honestly, I think we're gonna have a big game from Dallas Goedert.
Ooh,
It seems like he's the main target.
I love it. I'm waiting for that breakout. 8 catches, 132, and 2 touchdowns, or even just one touchdown.
2 field goals, man. Yo, firing, man.
Who?
My bad, yo. The kicker for the freaking Raiders, man.
He's trash.
Like, you just missed 2. First of all, you just missed a 15-yard field goal. Like, what? Like, are you kidding me?
Bro,
Yeah, that's wild. But hey, Hurts season, appreciate you coming through. Love the energy, and let's get it. Let's get Hurts having a good day. This is the best team left on our schedule, minus the Dallas Cowboys. It starts today at 4:05. Appreciate you for coming through.
Yeah, see you.
All right, bro. Yo, that.
Yep.
All right, we do got one more in the back, and I'm gonna take it down. Elijah Lloyd, he came through. What's going on, Elijah? You're muted. Click the unmute button if you see it, Elijah. If you can hear us,
the one with the microphone on it.
All right, you're good. Elijah, you got to unmute your own self.
Eli.
He said Eli. All right, Elijah, you good? 3, 2, 1. Appreciate you for listening backstage, but sorry, my guy. Sorry. Shout out to everybody in the building. We still got 330 people here. Wherever you're watching it, if it's on Philly Talk Podcast, hit a like button. If you're watching on Philly Fresh, hit a like button. And listen, if you don't know the other content creator and or not sub, definitely check them out. We got some goats in the building too. Like I said, Kayla still commenting, Philly Jackson, Mir Slat, I Drip, Timothy Walker, Mr. Eliminator in the building. What's going on? What's going on? We about to give our offensive defensive players. And Fresh already gave the his score prediction. I didn't because we got a guest in that then. So I'm going to. You want to go first for your breakout offensive defensive player?
Yeah, I'll go first because you got to do the score prediction too.
All right, go ahead.
Ooh, defense. I'm going with my man again. My man had 2 sacks last week. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say he's gonna get 2 this week, but he's gonna get probably 1.5. And he's gonna get some pressure to force an interception. So I'm gonna go with Josh Sweat, man. Offense. I gotta go Jordan Howard. Like, what I seen last week, man. This man and he looked like a man on a mission. Looked like a man on a mission. Not only that, he got fresh legs. He hasn't played 8 weeks like everybody else. You know what I mean? Only played 1. So he got them fresh legs, and I think he is going to dominate. I think he's going to dominate. And it looked like my guy agrees with me.
Be more Philly Indy. 116 and a touchdown.
No Indy.
I know, right?
Philly. Ain't no Indy.
Yeah. Yo, when's the last time we seen 100-yard rusher by one running back name, right? Like, I understand last week we ran the ball good, but again, it was the committee again. I want to see that buck something by someone's name. And at this point, I don't really care who it is, but it would be lovely for it to be Howard so we could even say more to the coaching staff, what was you doing leaving this 26-year-old unused running back? And it's crazy because it's not just the Eagles, but I mean, look what Miami did. They left them on the shelf for guys who were like, who? You know what I mean? After the 3-year success he had, oh my God, and Denver scores again. Or is that a fumble? I don't know.
Start giving up fake news, Mike. Giving up fake news, man.
It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown. Who do you think gets the first touchdown? That's going to be my breakout player on offense. So ready? We're going to do Philly Mike's offensive, defensive breakout players, right? Defense first. It's going to be the one and only Fletcher Cox. He just was on the trade block. The dude thought he was out of here. He got the post Philly forever, and he is going to work for it. I think game by game, they're playing less double teams on him, so I can't use that as an excuse, but this will be the game that people remember Fletch for the simple fact he was almost out of Philly, and he stayed. I think he has a big game. I'm going to go 1.5 sacks for Fletch. And now flipping it over to the offensive side of the ball. Of course, I want it to be a running back for the simple fact I think we need to run the ball. I think that helps Jalen Hurts so much. But I really want to say Dallas Goedert because I think Hurts is finding a connection with him, and I think he's going to take off and be that number one tight end we need. But Devontae Smith has been quiet. They are down 2 corners. I don't think he's gonna have one of them crazy 8 catches games, but 1 catch is gonna be a nice one. It's gonna be a 40+ yard touchdown pass. Devontae extends, catches it, touchdown. Devontae Smith will represent for the wide receivers in this game, and he's gonna break 100 yards.
I like that. Score predictions.
I'm tired of saying the field goal games, even though this looks to be a field goal game. I'm going to say 27-20 Philly. Let's get it. First home win.
And ain't for the 2 point. Just in case y'all don't know, Dallas is getting a Bahama, but they got a donut to 27 points. A donut.
You got to listen. You got to love the Cowboys. Look, again, and you know what they're going to say? Bro, we're 6-2. Bro, we're 6-2. Bro, we beat the Vikings without. Maybe I should have put Cooper Rush in today.
Yo, I hope they don't score no points. I hope they don't score no points. Just so I'm gonna come and work tomorrow. I don't even work tomorrow, but I got all these Dallas Cowboy fans on my job. I'm gonna come in with 2 dozen of donuts. Just 2 dozen of donuts, man. So this is just for the Dallas Cowboy fans. Nobody else. A donut, man. Come on, man. Y'all out here getting embarrassed, man.
Yeah, bro.
Don't talk about us, man.
I love it. And that's the thing. Maybe they should have played Cooper Rush because Dak, although I think he's a good quarterback, he don't look good today.
But once again, you could, well, not now. You can't run a football.
Now you can't.
But shout out to all of y'all, man. Seriously, man. My man Gate City, he couldn't make it today, but y'all already know how we get down, man. Fly Eagles fly, man. Stay Philly, stay fresh, y'all. Yo, that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One more time before we leave. The Eagles have a chance to really turn the season around. The schedule gets super easy after here, and it shows that we can beat we can play with teams that are good, over 500. A win here really shows the Eagles have a legit chance to make the playoffs via the wild card spot, unless Dallas does what Dallas does best, even though they should have lost to the Vikings. With that being said, the season starts today for what we could build on. Remember, we have the second most cap space in the league right now. I think we got to roll some of that over. We do got some guys we got to extend. But if we can win 8 or 9 games after only winning 4, Philadelphia is a enticing sports city. People want to play here. It's a big market. We will have the money. So whether it's a free agent wide receiver, a free agent this, that, and the third, another corner, another linebacker, we will have money to draw people in, and we will have the arrow pointing up. 4-win season, you blow everything up and you make the playoffs, or you win 8 games, win 9 games. That's where you want to be. Money, 3 draft picks, arrow pointing up. Let's go. Let's go. But it starts today. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. Check out both channels. And we are out. Peace.